31 years, traumatic brain injury.
Trump Medicine Man here. I'm here to try to educate and bring forth awareness of the TBI epidemic that's going on in the black community and how it's been here and how it's just not now just getting started, but how it's been here. I like to start this segment off with an article that I've pulled up. I was just, researching, stereotypes of the African American. I was going to compare the stereotypes to a traumatic brain injury or something of the sort, which I'm going to get to. The Sambo stereotype gained notoriety through the children's book, The Story of the Little Black Sambo by Helen Mentally. It told a story of a boy named Sambo who outwitted a group of hungry
Tigers.
Sambo refers to black men who were considered very happy, usually laughing, lazy, irresponsible, or carefree. The deception of blacks were displayed in films of the early 20th century.
And still displayed like that in 2020 with a road to lead us where to go
So that's
and what to do.
one of the stereotypes that they call us even back in the day, and even to this day they still
Pay attention now.
call us those stereotypes, which is very
I do
happy,
try to be happy.
usually
I
laughing,
do to keep from crying.
lazy,
Damn cognitive skills.
irresponsible, or carefree. Now, if you think about the terms that they was giving us back then, you think about what's going on now in 2020, those terms that I just read you actually
Say what?
coexist with a traumatic brain injury. Now I'm going to read you this modern day thing that struck my eye that I wanted to read you first.
Modern means like today, right?
This is all up under Wikipedia. Modern stereotypes. I mean, shit, my shit probably ain't. You know what I'm saying? See what that say up there at the top, man? See what that say? Crack addicts, drug dealers. Many of these negative stereotypes spill over in the news media portrayals of minorities. Scholars agree that news stereotypes of people of color are persuasive. African Americans were more likely to appear as predators in drug and violent crime stories on network news.
2020 chopped and screwed.
In the 1980s and 1990s, stereotypes of black men shifted, and primary images were drug dealers, crack victims, the underclass, the homeless, subway muggers.
In 2020 is athletes, rappers, and the magical Negro.
And Douglas Similarity, who looked at O.J. Simpson, Louis Farrakhan, and the Million Man March, found that media placed African American men on the spectrum of good versus evil.
Look at that spectrum today and what the visualization is today. The good Negro has the money, take care of his family, does everything he's supposed to do. The evil Negro is the one that doesn't have the money, is not able to do the lavish things with his family that the ones that's good are able to do. Therefore, putting a division between the black good American and the black bad or evil American.
Oh, wow. They got something out called the Magical Negro. I read it to you. The Magical Negro, sometimes called the Mystical Negro, Magic Negro, or Magically African American Friend, is a stock character who appears in a fiction of a variety of media, which by the use of special insight or powers helps the white protagonist. The word Negro now considered erotic, and offensive is used intentionally to emphasize the belief that the acrotype is a racist throwback and up-to-date Sambo stereotype. Wow, that's what I just read you.
Yep, you might need to rewind some of my stuff.
You know, they also call us, call out women the angry black woman, you know.
Stereotype so much as a culture, most of us believe that today.
I mean, this is real. This is real interesting. Hmm. Look at what they say about this. Because of the angry black woman stereotype, black women tend to become more desensitized about their own feelings to avoid judgment. They often feel they must show no emotion outside of their comfortable spaces. This results in the accumulation of these feelings of hurt and can be projected on loved ones as anger. Once seen as anger, black women are always seen in that light. Consequently, have their opinions, aspirations, and values dismissed. The repression of these feelings can also result in serious mental issues, which creates a complex with the strong black woman as common as a common problem within the black community. Black women and men seldom seek help for their mental health challenges. You understand that? Do you understand that the TBI is a mental health challenge? Do you understand that? Oh wow, man, do you understand that that is a mental health challenge? Now I'm not making none of this stuff up. You know what I'm saying? This is just stuff. You know what I'm saying? That
Funk the medicine man here. Hashtag I just look like this.
is on my heart, man. I got to get out there, man. I just gotta let you know.
One of the most interesting things, to me about this whole little issue so far is that black African Americans don't really go get checked out for their mental issues. And if TBI is a mental issue, it's so embarrassing and confusing, even to the person that has it, that they rarely want to go and share it with anybody else. So out of the reported out there, it might be doubled as non-reported when it comes down to traumatic brain injuries because it's such an embarrassing thing that the black American is so strong we rarely like to speak up on it or say anything about it, therefore leading to a major misunderstanding amongst the black community.
Hmm. Even after slavery ended, the intellectual capacity of black people was still frequently questioned. Louis Truman wrote in The Measurement of Intelligence in 1916, black and other ethnic minority children are ineducatable beyond the nearest redundance of training. No amount of school instruction will ever make them intelligent voters or capable citizens in the sense of the world. Their dullness seems to be racial, or at least inherent in the family stock from which they come. Children of this group should be segregated in special classes and be given instruction which is concrete and practical. They cannot master extractions, but they can be made efficient workers. There is no possibility at the present of convincing society that they should be allowed to reproduce. Although from eugenic point of view, they constitute a grave problem because of their unusual profound breeding, prolific breeding. One media survey in 1989 showed that blacks were more likely than whites to be described in a demeaning intellectual terms.
Uncle Tom versus Ghetto Boy, Tragic Malute versus Ghetto Queen.
Hmm. Political activist at one time President candidate Jesse James said in 1985 that news media portray blacks as less intelligent as they are.
Yep, you might need to rewind some of my stuff. For I am very intelligent. Phone, the medicine man here. Hashtag, I just look like this.
To go on, or Wikipedia. I mean, this is like they knew encyclopedia that, I mean, wow, and really what I just read, you could take that and really that's how they see us today. Although they sugarcoat it real well, they play a game of division now, man, and I'm really starting to see that. And the game of division is okay, the ones with money, the ones with no money,
Good versus evil.
the ones that are totally mentally fine, and the ones that are not totally mentally fine. The reason I say that is because the ones with money really don't want to clash with the ones that don't have money, and the ones that's mentally stable and mentally sane and have all their functions together. They look at the people that has a disability or is mentally incapable of doing some of the things that they are as less than them. That's a division. That's a division when you could go out there and say that, well, hey,
Same team, different sides, looking up and down at each other.
I got money, you don't got money. You over here, I'm over here. I got all my brain skills, you don't have all your brain skills. I'm over here, you over here. Now, just put that into the equation. What I'm trying to say is that you have to sit up there and you have to realize that more than half of black African Americans is on the side of, well, I don't have that money. Or, hey, I got a disability. A lot of them have TBIs. I mean, look, I just for poops and grins. let me let me let me turn you on to something real quick.
Look at the early movies and the nicknames. If that ain't a
Who
TBI,
has the most cases of traumatic brain injuries?
meaning we been had them since way back when.
According to Brain Trauma Foundation, TBI is the leading cause of death and disability in children and adults ages 1 to 44. Populations that are most affected are youth and elderly who have falls. Each year about 2.5 million individuals have TBIs, of which approximately 50,000 result in death and over 80,000 suffer permanent disability.
All right, now you playing me for dumb duck.
Did you hear that? Now watch this.
Now let me ask you directly.
How many black African Americans have a TBI?
According to the National Brain Health Center for African Americans, in the United States approximately 1.7 million people suffer from some type of traumatic brain injury. African Americans have the highest rates for brain injury than any other ethnicity.
Well, do you hear me now?
See, that's news that they don't really want you to share. You know what I'm saying? They sharing it now because hey, it's other people coming back that's starting to act just like we act. And there's people out in the world that's starting to act just like we act, and they not understanding it. And I guess now it done touched somebody that got some pull, and now is getting out there. But now that it's getting out there, I feel as though that it's important for my people to know really how to deal with it and how to deal with each other about it.
These stereotypes reach a lot of Americans nowadays, not just black people.
Wow, that was a lot of information I just got right there. Just reading that and putting it down. That excuse me, as I was saying, man, there is a division, and by there being a division, when those two sides see each other, there's a collision, and it could be even a greater collision if two of the sides has a traumatic brain injury and the other one's not aware of it. Or yes, that's exactly what I meant to say. If one has a TBI and the other's not aware of it, because the one who's not aware of is gonna put the one who has a TBI down like, oh, you're lazy or you're not trying. Everything that I just read that they called us back in the day, all the stereotypes that they have on us, they're gonna say that's what you do, and that's the reason why you can't accomplish nothing, because you are being the stereotype that you've been stereotyped since way back when, they had signs on the door that said, hey, we can't go here and we can't go there.
And before.
Those same stereotypes is here now, where the reality of a lot of those stereotypes, a lot of those are actually probably kind of true, because of the fact that we have, it's so many of us that have traumatic brain injuries.
Sad but true. Many of the racist stereotypes fit me and you. Even you. Funk, the medicine man. Hashtag I just look like this. Thanks for continuing. Funk, the medicine man.
You know what I'm saying? And just like the dude said in his speech, hey, if they don't have a traumatic brain injury, hey, maybe they come from somebody who got a traumatic brain injury. I mean, I had my traumatic brain injury at 10, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even skeeting out a leak yet, you know what I'm talking about? So hey, I don't know what my kids got. I mean, they show little signs, little tits and little tats. So I mean, it could be genetic. I mean, I don't know. But I read that and I was like, oh man, that's interesting. I mean that, well, hey, they saying that this shit is in our genes.
I ask all the time, no answer.
So if it's in our genes, man, we need to learn how to take our genes. We all, as Black African Americans, put our pants on one pants leg at a time, unless they got some super duper rich fancy thing that just slides your pants on for you. Really, no matter what color you is, you put your pants on one leg at a time.
Meaning,
And as a nation, you know what I'm saying? I said it just right. As a nation, man, we really need to come together with this little TBI thing, man. And as far as the Black African Americans, we really need to come together and decide that,
quickly and honestly,
are we gonna keep letting ourselves be mentally enslaved?
manipulated,
You know what I'm saying? Or are we gonna let ourselves
keep hurting each other for the things that we see that's in front of us,
keep
knocking the next man,
de-appreciating
not understanding,
our culture,
preach,
de-appreciating our morals, de-appreciating our values,
for what? Why?
because we can't understand, because we have TBIs, and because the ones who don't have TBIs is smashing the ones that do have TBIs, saying that we're not nothing and saying that we're all the stereotypes that you could come up with. We're all of them.
Not helping us accomplish
Yeah.
nothing, not willing to give us a chance.
I'm here to I want to put an end to that, man. I want to put an end to that. Cause I came up through 30 years on my own, man. You see where I'm at, right? I came up 30 on my own.
And so proud of it.
Because I could walk, I could talk. Hey, I could probably tell you what's 2 plus 2 faster than you. You know what I'm saying? I could probably answer some questions that you probably have no idea what the answer is, but I could answer it. And to some people that got a traumatic brain injury, they could sit up there and be outskilled or be able to outclass somebody who doesn't have a traumatic brain injury.
Unfortunately,
They usually like to find faults in the person with the traumatic brain injury to try to bring them down.
or start playing, I'm more intelligent than you.
And when somebody uplifts you and you have a traumatic brain injury, hey, tell them thank you. Hey man, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I needed that. You know what I mean? Hey man, look, I appreciate it.
Courtesy,
You know, that's
respect,
one thing that if we were black people with TBIs, we have a lot of them. So I keep saying black people, but this go for all races. I mean, all races with TBIs. I'm pretty sure it's clashing like this in every race with a TBI.
The embarrassment
But
and the lack of understanding about
black
it,
people got we got them,
like an undercover.
and we not understanding them, so we knocking each other off quick and behind nothing and doing stupid and scandalous shit. You know what I'm saying? Behind nothing. You know what I mean? Behind some of this peons. But because of the traumatic brain injury, but because of the lack of understanding of it, then you might not really be aware of
TBIs come with PTSD and depression.
how you have to cater to someone. And I could tell you what's helped me survive throughout my traumatic brain injury. And it'll help a lot of us get along within our traumatic brain injury.
Kiss ass? No.
You know? And it's old school. It's old school. Cause I it's old school.
I learned a lot from them. They was my caterers.
Treat the next person with the same respect that you would want them to treat you with.
Did you hear that? What?
If we could take breathers, sit back and look at the next man that maybe you want to laugh at, you know, man, woman. I say man, but man means woman. You know what I'm saying? All that. I'm not being discriminatory, anything like that towards race, towards women, towards nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fair individual. Anyway, that's out the way.
I done came a long way, yet it's hard to keep my focus and make my words come out right. Funk, the medicine man, hashtag, I just look like this.
It's a lot of people got traumatic brain injuries. Man, you think, I give you an example. I give you an example. You know what I'm saying? They say play ball, play sports, play this, man. Now, some people that you see, a lot of little sportscasters, you know, some of the basketball players I see too. You know, a lot of little football players I see. See, it's one thing when you get a TBI, you could almost pick up on somebody who got a TBI. You know what I'm saying? You could almost just pick up on it. And you think them outbursts and everything that's getting the way it is in 2020 and the way this world has been involved, you don't think TBI has played a role in the way that this country, black African Americans, has took a hold to violence, took all the morals, took all the I'm gonna respect you like you respect me. I'm not gonna disrespect you, don't disrespect me. If we have a problem, we're gonna sit down. Hey, we're gonna sit down 5 or 6 times before I decide to pull my pistol on, before I decide to take my knife out and stab you, before I hit you in the face. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the respect that I want you to give me. Hey, you know what? Oh, you want to hurt me, man? Hold on, wait a minute, man. Before you hurt me, man, let's have a couple sit downs. Not just one. Let's have a couple sit downs. If that first sit down don't go well, hey, let's get a mediator. Let's get somebody to come in and help us talk to each other. What's wrong with that? It would be much more productive for the black community if we was to sit up there and do that. We would save a whole bunch more lives over bullshit. Because, I mean, some shit is just bullshit. And now it's all popular to go to jail. You want to earn stripes and carry K's and do all this shit. Man, I don't want to die. Man, I don't know really nobody who just sit up there and say they just want to die, man. Look, man. Hey, and we doing it because this TBI thing is not working and we not understanding it. And the cognitive skills are important. Yeah, I keep saying that we don't understand it and we're not doing this, but I must tell you that the cognitive skills are important. Let me tell you what cognitive skills are. What are cognitive skills?
According to Wikipedia, cognitive functioning is a term referring to a human's ability to process thoughts that should not deplete on a large scale in healthy individuals.
It is defined as the ability of the individual to perform various mental activities most closely associated with learning and problem solving. Wait a minute, let me see if I can get better. Can I have some examples of cognitive skills?
Here's a summary from Indeed. Examples of cognitive skills: sustained attention, selective attention, divided attention, long-term memory, working memory, logic and reasoning, auditory processing, visual processing, and more.
Memory. Something we all use, something we all need. It's just a part of daily life. Cognitive skills messes all that there up. Memory is so important. The memory that we have tells us what to do and what not to do.
Oh, authority processing, visual processing, processing speed.
Everything that's done is a process. So if your process is messed up, ooh wow, cognitive skills.
The things you could do to improve your cognitive skills is reduce stress, care for your body, practice of focusing, exercise your brain. Man, I do so many damn brain notes. I think that's why I click the way I click, man, cause I do brain ups. Like I do them things, man. I do them every day, every night, every second, every time I sit up there and blink an eye, it's a brain up. But it's hard to reduce stress when everything stresses you out. When you're trying to do the best that you can with inside your TBI, and you can't seem to get no help, even when you're asking for it, when you're humbling yourself. Now, one thing is as Black African Americans, it's hard for us to humble ourselves, but we humble ourselves to sit up there and ask for some help. Took me a long time to do that, but to ask for some help, and then when we don't receive the help, it's like, okay, cool, fine, I'll do it on my own. But then when the reverb comes back in of, oh well, you just being lazy. Oh, you just don't want to do nothing. Oh, it just ain't important to you. No, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. All those things are false. All those things is something that maybe somebody with a traumatic brain injury needs help with. Now, see, before you knock a mother like that right there and call them all those names, you got to sit up there, look at yourself in the mirror, and ask yourself, well, wait, I just called this man lazy. I just sat up there and said that they was lying and didn't want the stuff that they asked for. You know what I'm saying? And just sat up there and just knocked everything that they was trying to do. Said that they really didn't even want to do it. Now that's what you just said. Now ask yourself, what kind of motivation did you give them? Was that motivation that you just gave them? Now if he got a TBI, which a lot of us do, hey, it ain't all that case. Hey, say, man, it's just, some motivation would have been nice. You know what I'm saying? That would have pushed me about another 50 feet. Maybe I could have started running on my own then. Or maybe I need you to help push me another 20, 30 feet. Because that's something that's inside of TBI that be lacking, man. That's something that lacks. Or I don't know if you just lack it or you think about it so much that you just exhaust yourself before you have time to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I know what happens.
And it ain't cute and it ain't funny. It's very serious. Funk, the medicine man. Hashtag, I just look like this.
I know what happens. I been there, done that. And the division, man, the division is strong, man. It is strong. And we need to be careful, man. We need to be careful and keep our eyes open. Don't get so blinded by money and buy all the riches and stuff and get away from the light, man. You know, the light is, hey, you know, what's gonna happen 100 years, you know what I'm saying, after we gone. I mean, if we keep on going the way we going within this traumatic brain injury, believing everything we hear and everything that we see, and be quick to speak and let our emotions go up and go flop, and don't give the next black person a chance to gain some understanding with you, you know what I'm saying, as you would, you know what I'm saying, somebody else, then hey, we gonna be out of here within the next 20. You know what I'm saying? We're not even gonna last that long because that TBI gonna kill us off like academic. That TBI spread like a virus, man. It ain't even just we got the most of them, but man, people is catching up. Look at all the crazy ass stuff that's happening, man. That stuff just don't happen just to happen. You know, some people in the world, yes, they crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? Other people in the world, man, a lot of people die on accident. A lot of people kill people on accident, not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Where if we can allow each other a damn, I like this. This is my term. We can allow each other a TikTok, man. If you get that TikTok out, it'll save a lot of drama everywhere. And just have the mind frame of, hey, you know what I'm saying? I want you to respect me the way I want you to respect me the way you want me to respect you. Period. And if I say something that's disrespectful, or somebody say, I say me because I'm speaking of TBIs, but if somebody with a TBI says that, well, hey, blah, 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 and you took that as rude, before you snap, before you try to punch them, before you try to kick them, before you try to shoot them, stab them, you know what I'm saying? Just like, wait a minute, can you run that back? Because I say a lot of shit that a lot of people don't understand, that you have to sit up there and you have to think about it like, oh, shit. That's what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he wasn't being disrespectful. He just said in a totally different, fucked up way. That's me. That's TBI. And well, there's a lot of us that got him, man. And, you know, I sure hate to say it like that, but I learned that tonight. If you want to know, like, half-ass what a TBI is, it's the stereotypes that they call us. It's the stereotypes that we feel as though make us black. It's the stereotypes that we choose to accept. And until we stop accepting those stereotypes and sit up here and look at each other as another human being, another black human being that has no intention of hurting you. I mean, that's just in your head. That's just from what you see. That's just from stuff that's around. But everybody not out to hurt you. Everybody not out to get you. If we could get that understanding and connect our black community to be in a better place. They say it's in a great place now because it's African Americans making money everywhere. But that money don't trickle down to people like me. You know what I'm saying? That don't reach down here with me and with people like me. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to us to put our arms around each other and be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give you that TikTok. I'm gonna have some understanding. Hey, right now is not the time to talk about it. Hey, we're gonna have a sit down. We're gonna sit down and talk about it. We're not gonna have no violence. We're not gonna let our emotions flip anything. If we can't handle it as women or as men, hey, man, we're gonna bring in a mediator.
which doesn't make you weak.
So be it. You know, but
It's just a great way to solve conflict without violence.
I don't know. It's like hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? I stay peaceful. I try to stay respectful. You know, it took me a long time to grab that grip and to be able to get a hold of that concept. So I say that to say that with a TBI, man, violent thoughts gonna always be there. But that's not the emotion that you pick up first. Violence has always been in our culture. I mean, that's that. If you believe the stories, look how we got here. We got here in a violent way. Look how we got released. When we got released in a violent way. Look at how we had to survive when we had to survive after we got released. We had to survive in a violent way. After we got into the mix and everything was getting okay with the other races, huh, guess what? We violent with ourselves. So very violent with ourselves too these days. So very violent. I ain't gonna blame it all on TBI, but I can say that the TBI probably has a whole lot to do with it. Be as though that, you know, I'm gonna call it an academic in the black community. I am. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a revolving door. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us with these conditions, we end up killed. Don't nobody care. They just see us as another thug, drug dealer, hustler, schemer, plotter, you know, pimp. You know what I'm saying? They just see us as that. You know what I'm saying? They don't see us as somebody's son. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you as somebody's father. You know what I'm saying? They don't see you as, hey, you know, maybe you had dreams and aspirations. You know, maybe you wasn't that type. So you kind of gotta be careful of that slippery slope because now you have C-19 protests, police reform, and a mental illness. We don't help ourselves. Ain't nobody else gonna help us. Nobody care about us, and it just ain't gonna take the people who got traumatic brain injuries like me to do it. It's gonna take the people who got traumatic brain injuries to do it. It's going to take people who don't have traumatic brain injuries to do it. It's going to take the people with money to do it. It's going to take the people without money to do it. It's going to take people with mental illnesses to do it. It's going to take people with non-mental illness to do it. And the best way that I could sit up there and say that, you know, that could happen is if everybody just sit up there and just take an extra 15 seconds of understanding when you feel as though that you misunderstood. When you feel as though that you misunderstood, then try to sit up there and negotiate a plan of resolution where the respect level is 50-50 towards each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to treat you no way you don't want to be treated. You don't treat me no way I want to be treated. And let's discuss this, see how we can resolve this. And honor one another. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing, you know. I mean, honor the next black man, you know what I'm saying? Be willing to pay the next black man like you pay the essays, like you pay the Caucasians, you know what I'm saying? Be able to see somebody else come up without feeling that you being left out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being jealous, sit up there and try to manufacture. Try to, hey, you know what I'm saying? Well, what can I do to help? Anything that I can do to help. And when you help, hey, reap your reward, but don't beg for your reward. That should be automatically given if you're giving help. No matter what shape, form, or fashion did it come in, that should already be given. If you sit up there and you giving help, you should already be knowing that you're gonna receive some type of benefit, some type of reward for the work that you're doing. So I mean, those are just some tips. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, funk the medicine, man. Hey, man, I got TBI, man. You know, it's a lot of us got a TBI, and I just don't want the TBI to be the death of us. And you know, when they look at Wikipedia, when my son is my age, they say, well, hey, you know, the black Americans, most of them is gone due to TBI, and they stupid asses was too dumb to sit up there and correct the problem that they had. And it's too stupid to know that we gave it to them. You know, cognitive skills are man, those are some powerful skills. And if you twist them and turn them and feed them the wrong information, man, you get chaos. That's what's in our neighborhoods. That's what's in our people. It's chaos. We don't need no chaos. We don't need no extra help from nobody else to make us think we fucking Jimbo, Jongo, Bo Gotti somebody, knowing that we not. And when you go try to do it, somebody gonna kill you. If somebody don't kill you, you're gonna end up in jail. And guess what? If you have a TBI when you get out of jail, guess what? You're gonna forget to go report it. You're gonna be late thinking that, oh well, I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. Or you know what I mean, you might be so far in your TBI that hey, it's just hard to get there, or something within your brain is like not getting you there, or is making you violate a condition of your probation or your parole is very simple to uphold and to keep. But since your cognitive skills not there and you have a TBI, and you might not even be aware of it. I mean, a TBI could come from a lot of major things, you know what I'm saying? I know for one, inside our community, you know, fighting, car wrecks, gunshots, falls, slips, pushes, slaps in the back of the head. I mean, that's what we were bred to be violent. I mean, when that dude wrote that 1916, he was probably right. We was bred like that. We breaking the cycle. But they can't have us become too violent. So they put some people up there at the top to control and say, hey, this is where y'all need to try to get to. We're at the top of the bucket. Kill everybody else until you reach the top. That's not the way life goes. That's not the way it was intended for the black African American. Because, man, with this shit that we doing and this shit that we going through, this TBI, this PTSD, this depression, that we just blowing off our shoulder because we could walk and we could talk and, you know, we could do damn near normal things except for the normal things that we supposed to be doing. Man, I tell you, it's deep, very deep. We need to learn about it, and we might not need to kiss his ass, but we need to show some respect to a TBI. And by what I mean by respect to a TBI is when you see another African American, before you so quick to judge them on their appearance or whatever the case, you know, try to ask something about them. You know, that's how conversation start. Man, how you doing? Oh yeah, well, whoopty woo, whoopty woo, whoopty woo. And if you have a traumatic brain injury, man, it took me a long time to talk about my shit. Like a lot of shit I talk about, people that been knowing me for years don't know about it. It took me a long time to come out of it. But I tell you, it feels so much better when you can sit up there and say what's wrong with you and defend that shit. Stuff feels so great. So if you have a TBI, man, speak up on your TBI. Don't nobody probably don't know you got a TBI. They looking at you. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. I got a TBI. Let me explain myself. Didn't mean to come off like that, man. I meant to say this, but this rolled off my tongue, man. Excuse me. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? That
Let you know you trying to gain understanding.
solves that can solve a lot of situations. And then in other situations, you just can't sit up there and be just real scary in your TBI, man. You just got to stand on your ground and don't let anybody run over you. And that don't mean slapping them. That don't mean punching them. That don't mean anything. I mean, it's a certain demeanor that you can have that just tells the next person, hey, man, don't even worry about it. Everything's all right. Shit, my bad, man. It was just a misunderstanding. Wasn't even nothing serious, man. I'ma holler at you. You know, that might be somebody that saved your life one day and you don't even know it. So when you see another black person, man, just be kind, be gentle, and, you know, try to touch the soul. Say, hello, how you doing? You know, treat them like you going to go see the judge or something. You know what I'm saying? Like you going to go see your attorney. You know, like you talking to your boss or something. You know what I'm saying? Give them that same kind of respect. Give them that same type of openness. And, you know,
Things will get better, but it starts with us, no matter what kind of reform, justice, or laws they create.
just be humble and be kind to one another, man. There's a lot of us got TBIs. 50 minutes. I hope y'all got something out of this. If not, that's all right. I'm Funk the Medicine Man, and I just look like this.